everyone, I'm here to talk about traineeships. Not sure if any of you have heard about a traineeship. They're basically an alternative to going maybe to sixth form college or on to do an apprenticeship or on to college or an apprenticeship, sorry. I'm going to talk to you about warehousing and logistics. We do all different types of traineeships, but I'm just talking to you about warehousing and logistics. There's different types of traineeships. So if you do look at them, if you do Google them online, you will see that there's some that are purely based in a classroom and you'd go out and do 1 day a week, maybe at a business. With ours, you are in the workplace for a full 8 weeks while you're doing the traineeship. Now, with the traineeship, they are an unpaid placement, but it's with a view that hopefully at the end of it, you will get a paid job or an apprenticeship at the end of it. Now, how we work ours, what we've done in Telford in the past is we meet you young people on a one-to-one basis, or at the moment with Zoom or Microsoft Teams calls, just to get a little feel for a little bit more about you as an individual. And then we try and gear that traineeship around you as a person. You know, someone might want to go into a warehouse, a big warehouse where there's lots of people. Some of you might want to go in somewhere what's quite small, you know, and more intimate, so that you can get more of a one-to-one and more of a team effort, a team feel for the role. Now, with the 8 weeks, I know I said it is unpaid, but you do get, we do help with expenses, so travel expenses. If needed, we can support towards lunches and any work clothes that you might need. So like PPE, for instance, you might need some PPE in some of the warehouses. We can help you towards paying for that as well. But it is mainly tailored towards you as an individual. And I know 8 weeks sounds a long time, but it's about getting you ready for that next stage in your career and going on to maybe getting an apprenticeship. We always try and put you into a work placement that there is a potential of a job at the end of it. So it might be that you do the full 8 weeks on your traineeship. Sometimes it can be that you only do 4 weeks and then the companies are so impressed with you because you've been in, you've turned up on time, that they offer you a job before. And that's what we're finding at the moment. I've got a lot of people going into traineeships where somebody's just offered somebody one today after 3 weeks. It's all down to yourself. Sometimes they go right to the end till the 8 weeks because they're still not quite proved themselves. What you do as well, you get a weekly visit from a tutor. Now, it can be anything from a face-to-face visit or a Zoom call every week from them. They're there to support you. The main things what we're supporting you in is the employability. It's about getting you in that job and keeping that job, you know, and it can be things, most people when they lose the traineeship, it's because they've not turned up, they've had a day off and not let them know. We're there to support you into that, to get you, you know, to that level where that employer thinks this person's amazing and I want to offer them a job. You know, so we do a lot of employability skills, so doing CV, interview skills, job application forms, role plays for job interviews if people are very, very nervous. But it's the maths and English as well that we do. We do maths and English for functional skills if needed. If you've already got really good grades, we will just tailor the maths and English around yourselves, and we do what they call bite-sized maths and English. So if there's something particular you've struggled with at school, it could be something like percentages or something, you know, area, perimeter, volume, anything like that. The tutor would gear it towards that. But if you're willing to put the work in, we can get you through, hopefully, fingers crossed, into a next level of a functional skill. But like we said, it is a really good insight into the world of work, getting you on to that next stage of getting an apprenticeship. Traineeships are not for everybody. Some people just want to go to college, but there's a lot of young people out there who college is just not for them. They just don't like the environment. They think it might be just too much like school, you know, and that's where the traineeships come in, because they're a bit of a stepping stone for somebody to go into an apprenticeship or a paid job. And it can be anything. Like some people, it's just that anxiety of getting them through that interview. And we try and support you with interview skills. And if needed, we do come and we take you to the interview, you know, and take you in, introduce you, then let you go in and do the interview with the manager. The very basic interviews, they're not hard interviews, because there's usually a reason why somebody wants to go on a traineeship. If they're anxious, you know, nervous, they lack all confidence about them. So we always pre-warn the managers that you know, just be a bit lenient with these people, because they're just nervous and they just want some extra support. And you know, it does work really well. I mean, we have at the moment, I think it's in the early 80% conversion rates from people either going into a paid job, apprenticeship, or sometimes it's given them that confidence to go back into education and maybe do another qualification. And as well with warehousing, some people think, I really want to do that. I really want to do a traineeship in warehousing. I've had the same thing this week with a young man, last week, sorry, with a young man. He really wanted warehousing, found him something. He said, Jackie, that's perfect for me. Sent him for the interview, did really well. But then he's changed his mind and he wants to do something slightly different. And he wants to go more working in a retail environment, but in a large shop. So now we're working with him to find him something different in that. But we do have a massive percentage, like I say, who do go on to get a paid job. But it's all in your hands. We can go and take you in, give you an interview, you know, get you the traineeship, but then it's in your hands then to go in and prove to that organisation that you're really good and you're worthy of having that job. Now, with warehousing, what you've got to think, there's lots of different types of warehousing. You know, we've got one at the moment it's in a window company, and even though it's classed as warehousing, there's going to be some production as well, working on a production line, but a lot of packing. And for the right person, they can then follow it on and go and install them. But then there's another one where it's like a pet company, very small, more intimate, a family-run company. They're like mainly packing, doing deliveries, bringing deliveries in, deliveries out, and they'll go and then in the delivery van and deliver locally to different people. We've also got an engineering company, really big engineering company. Most of them all have a packing department, you know, and checking and quality. So it's all quality checking them. There's different stages. So one young lad, he's in the packing, so he's packing all the boxes, making the cardboard, but then he will go into the quality side. Once he gets familiar with the company, we'll go into the quality side of it. And then from there, he's hoping then to maybe go on to the production line in the engineering company. But there's also a lot of, like in motor vehicle, the person before me has been talking, there's quite a few maybe in the stock room, you know, all the parts department, you know, checking deliveries out, keeping records of incoming and outgoing parts and sending them off. Them can be, you know, classed as a warehouse and logistics side of it as well. But there are so many different ones. But like I said at the beginning, it's all tailor-made for you. So when we sit you down, it's a one-on-one. We look where you live, what postcode you live in. I try and make it that you don't travel any more than one bus away. So it's usually within a 5-mile radius of where you live. Don't want to do it any further than 5 miles. And we tailor it for you. And that's why we do it on a one-to-one. And they suit a lot of people, these, because they are hands-on experience rather than being in a classroom. So yes, so when you do Google traineeships, just be aware that some could be in a classroom. But like with ours, they're not. They're not. I mean, this sheet tells you. But yeah, at the end of it as well, we do warehouse apprenticeships in your local area. We do all that forklift truck training. We do all the warehouse qualifications. So whilst you're on the traineeship, you would be doing short courses with us on warehousing logistics as well. You might not do the forklift truck because that takes a little bit longer, but you do all the training there, and then any in-house training as well. So like fire safety, basic first aid, manual handling, all them sort of sort of short courses, that's what you do whilst you're in-house with the company. You also, besides having the tutor, you have a mentor as well. So you have a mentor in the company, so somebody, a buddy who you can go to if you've got any queries, questions, just so they can be like a little bit of a go-between. Think of anything else? I mean, they are aged 16 to 24 as well, you know, but obviously you're all just leaving school this time. They're not suitable if anybody's already got a job or if they're at college already. I've had lots of calls this week from people at college who are not happy. They were saying, I really want a traineeship. Can I come over to you? It's a bit difficult because we don't want them to give college up, but they, if they're adamant they want or they have left college, then we will have a chat with them. A lot of our referrals do come from connections or like Telford Careers, anything like that, any organisation, job centres. But we do advertise them on our website as well. So where it says there, Qube Learning Traineeships. If you look on there, we do advertise them all on the .gov website as well under recruiter traineeship. So they're all on there. Everything we have goes onto there, and on our Facebook page as well. We sometimes put them all. We get one of the people in the office to advertise them all on our Facebook page, and they're changing all the time. We get some, like today I've had 3 come in straight away just for warehousing in and around the Yorkshire area, but I cover everywhere all over the Northwest. So I hope you find that okay. I feel like I've bombarded you with so many things about traineeships, but they are a really good alternative if you was thinking that, you know, I don't want to go to college and I'm struggling to get a job or an apprenticeship. This might be the thing where it's a stepping stone from leaving school into that job. Is that okay? How am I doing for time, Oliver?
You've got 2 minutes left, but that's fantastic.
You know, I've been really good today. I've been talking like I can talk. And Dawn, my colleague, she said, make sure you stick to 15 minutes. But I'm sure you're all being bombarded with information, you know, and it is hard when you're leaving school to know what's best for you. And, you know, and it is really difficult. And I think the best thing is just to ask questions. You know, we have an expression of interest form if you go onto our website. And if you just want somebody to ring you up and have a quick chat without any obligation to sign up for anything, we'll ring you and just have a chat with you. And if it's not for you, you just say it's not for me. And, you know, we'll try and point you in the direction of something better suited for you.